This is Nick with logosbynick.com, and in this tutorial I'll be demonstrating how you can use the batch export feature in Affinity Designer to export individual objects on your canvas in a variety of different formats all at once. This is a feature Illustrator has that I've always enjoyed using, and I'm glad to see something like this in Affinity because it's really useful for finalizing logo designs where you have to generate a bunch of formats and color variations in a bunch of different file types. In other applications, you have to save each individual file one by one, which can be a really tedious process. However, a batch export feature like this can get it all done in one shot, and that's what I'll be demonstrating in this tutorial. And before we get started, if you'd like to learn more about logo design, be sure to check out my Logo Design Academy. It's an 18-part video series where I outline my entire creative process for coming up with logo ideas from start to finish. I'll have a link in the description of the video if you want to check that out. So as you can see here on my screen, I have this example logo design that I've put together for this demonstration. And the logo design breaks down into three different formats. We have the icon and the name over here, which is known as the full lockup. Then we have just the name over here, which is known as the word mark. And then we have the icon by itself, otherwise known as the iconic mark. And each of these formats has several color variations that I'm including for each. I have the lockup in full color for light backgrounds. I have the full lockup in full color for dark backgrounds, although you can't see the text for the name here is white, although you're not seeing it because it's up against a white background, but it is indeed white. And then over here we have monotone copies of all black, and then down here all white, which you cannot see because it's up against a white background, like I said. But if you come over here to the wireframe, you can see where all of it is. So if I come back over here, if you notice now I have the word mark, I have that in all black, and then I have that in all white. And then over here, the icons, I have that in blue, black, and white. So what I want to do is I want to take each of these individual items and export each of them individually in a variety of different formats that can all be used for a logo. So what I want to do first is I want to group them together individually. So I'm going to click and drag over each design and just press Control-G to group it together. And I'll come down here and do the same thing. We want to, each separate design that we want to export needs to be its own group. So I'm just going to go through and group each one together. And these don't need to be grouped because they're just individual objects. And what I want to do now is I want to create individual artboards for each item. And to show you how that works, I'm going to come over here to the artboards tool. And I'm going to click on this first object right here with the artboards tool. And where it says size, I want to change this to selection and create insert artboard. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a new artboard around that object right there in the same shape and size as the object itself. And an artboard is basically just a document boundary. So when I export this, it's going to export this little rectangle right here as its own document. And I'm going to go through here and create more documents for each of these. I'm just going to click on Insert Artboard, do the same thing down here, Insert Artboard. And I want to create artboards for each of these. Now, if you notice at the top left of each artboard, it has a name, Artboard 1, Artboard 2, Artboard 3. If we export these documents as they are right here, the document files are going to be named artboard1.svg, .png, and so on and so forth. We don't want them to be named artboards, so we're going to change the names over here in the layer menu. So I'm going to look for Artboard 1, and I'm going to change the name of that to Lockup Color. I'm going to look for Artboard 2. I'm going to change the name of that to Lockup Color Inverted. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm just changing the names of the artboards to what I would like the file name to be once I export it. Let me come over here to Artboard 3. That's going to be Lockup Black. And then over here, Artboard 4, which would be Lockup White. And I'm just going to go through real quick and name all of these accordingly. Okay, so I've went through and I've named each artboard whatever I'd like the name of the file type to be once I export it, as you can see here in the Layers menu. And once you're done with that, we're good to get started now. So we'll come over here to where it says Export Persona. We're going to click on that. And we're going to be taken to this little Export menu. And what we want to do now is when you open this by default, you'll have Layers opened. What you want to do is just come over here to where it says Slices. And all of these should be checked by default. I'm just going to uncheck these from now because I'm going to be exporting them to separate folders based on the format. And if you click on just one of these up here, like I'm going to click on wordmark-white, for example, and I'm going to expand this. Once you expand it, it's going to show you the type of format it's going to export as. And as you can see here, it's going to export as a PNG file. I would like a PNG file, but I would also like SVG, EPS, and PDF as well, in addition to PNG. So I'm going to add more formats to this. I'm going to click this little plus icon down here, and I'm going to change this to SVG, which is Scalable Vector Graphic, which can be edited with Inkscape or Illustrator. So now we have PNG and SVG. I'm also going to add EPS, which is another editable format. And then I'll add PDF as well. So I'll come down here, I'll look for PDF for export. There we go. Now we have the 4 different file types that I'd like to export for this document right here, the wordmark-white. So you'd want to apply the same thing to the rest of these items as well, but instead of having to go through and add all of those individually, that would be a pretty long process. What you can do is you can just click on the original one up here, and where it says copy export format to clipboard, you can click on that, collapse that, and then come down to the next object, and I'll expand it just so you can see. If I come over here to where it says replace export setup from clipboard, if I click on that, it's going to paste those formats in there as well, so it exports it for that file as well. So I'm just going to go through and paste that setup into each of these items right here. And if you go through and expand each of these, you can see what formats will be exported for each of these individual files here. All right, so there you go. That should give you an idea. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check the boxes for the items I want to export. I'm going to export them in 3 different folders. 1 folder for the lockup, 1 folder for the word mark, and 1 folder for the icon. So I'm going to check on, I'm just going to check the boxes that say lockup for now. We have this one right here, that one, and this one down here. 4 items. And then I'm going to click on the button down here that says export slices. And I'm going to just create a new desktop. I'm going to create a new folder on the desktop. I'm just going to name this logo files. And in the logo files folder, I'm going to create 3 new folders. 1 for the full lockup, 1 for the word mark, and 1 for the icon. And I'm going to open up the lockup folder because those are the objects I have selected now. And I'm just going to go ahead and click export. And it's going to export all of those files into that folder there. Now I'm going to go and open that folder just to show you. As you can see here, I have logo files on my desktop. Let me bring that in here. If I come over here to full lockup, you can see all of the different file formats that were generated for that one logo design right there. If I open up I'm going to open up lockup-color.png. You can see there is our logo file. And if I open up something like Inkscape over here, I could take the SVG file and click and drag that into Inkscape. And as you can see, it is a true vector graphic. It is a scalable vector graphic. We have the individual nodes in there, and this functions the same way a design that you created in Inkscape will function. So I think that's pretty cool. Let me go back to Affinity now, and I'm going to export some more of these. Let me uncheck the ones that I just exported. The next one to export is the word mark. So I'm going to click on that, word mark white, word mark black, and I'm going to place this in the word mark folder. Click export, and there we go. If we open that up, there they are. So now finally, I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. Let me uncheck that and do the same thing with the icons. Icon black. I didn't change the name of this. Let me change the name of that real quick. Icon-white. There we go. And I'm going to export these into the icon folder, and there we go. And just like that, we've generated all of our files for our logo design within minutes, much quicker than you would have if you had to save each of these files individually one by one. And if you want, you could actually, I'm going to come back over here to the designer persona where we previously were. If you want, you can even save this file as an Affinity source file, which is .afdesign. You can save this whole setup as it is and just title it masterfile.afdesign, and you can go and edit this anytime you want later on. So I think that should do it for this tutorial. That's how you can use the very powerful batch export feature within Affinity Designer to batch export multiple file formats at once. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and as always, thanks for watching.